Hello, fifth graders. This is Mrs. Zamia, and I'm making this video to demonstrate shading. Now, I asked you for one of your assignments to create a drawing of an item of food in your home. I decided to change this up for myself a little bit for a roll of toilet paper, just for the purpose of showing you value. And you can do this on any object that you're going to be drawing, whether it's food or a bottle or a package of some sort of food or snack. So I use the toilet paper here because it's really great to see the value in this. And what I want to point out, I have a patio window that's shining light on this from the left side. So the left side of this is very bright, and why the right side is a little bit darker. Now there's still some light coming over from the right side from some windows, but it's not as bright because the morning sun is hitting this side. Also notice the value from in here in the inside is really dark. So not much light is hitting the tube. Also, it's dark back here where some of this side of the toilet paper is blocking this side from getting light. So I wanted to use this toilet paper as an example because on this white, it's really easy to see the different values. Remember, value is how light or dark a color is. So when you're doing shading on something, you have to compare values. This value on the top is lighter than the value here. You can see all this here is darker. So you're going to compare values. Also, this back here is darker than this. So you're going to compare values, and then you're going to start shading. And I went ahead and started drawing this still life in front of me of the toilet paper. And I know this is the darkest part of this picture. So when you shade, you're going to use the side of your pencil. I'm not holding it up here like I'm drawing. I'm going to hold it something like this, and I'm going to rub with the side. You can add more pressure. You can go over and over it again to make it darker, or do both. So this is dark, but I do notice there's a little bit of lighter area. You can see right there, right here. So I may not shade as much there. I might like it dark, but just a little bit lighter on that edge. And you can see by adding this shading to this inside part, it already makes it look more real and three-dimensional. And I could even probably go darker on some of these values too, but you can always go back. And I do that often where I go back and I make things darker or maybe make things lighter. So the inside is done. Okay, now when I'm going to add the shading back here, I want to just kind of go this direction and rub gently. Don't want to have pencil marks. But I remember I want it to be lighter at the top, so I don't want to continue the shading onto this. And it's a little bit lighter as it goes this way, so I might lighten up my the shading just a little bit. And you can see it by doing this, and it's darker this way, it's going to make it look more real and three-dimensional. So this side's a little bit darker. I might go over this a little bit more. Not necessarily pressing harder because I don't want marks to show up, but I can just keep on going over this over and over again. And the more that I do that, the darker this is going to get. So shading is something that takes kind of a gradual buildup of value is the best than just kind of going in really thick with it. You can gradually build up that value. I also don't want any really lines to show up, and that's why we're not using the tip of the pencil. You want it to be kind of almost like a rubbing that we're doing. And it's going to be lighter as it goes this way. I also want to do some shading down here so I can make this darker, because I noticed that this part is lighter than this part. So I want to add a little bit of value down here and around the edge, and that really defines the edge of the toilet paper as well. So remember, like I said, I don't necessarily want you to draw toilet paper. I'm just using this as an example of making a still life drawing and adding value. I'd like you to pick an item of food. So it can be produce, it could be apple or vegetable or fruit or whatever kind of produce. It could be snacks that you're eating, maybe your favorite snack package, like a bag of Doritos or whatever you like to eat. It could be anything really. So pick something that you would like to draw, maybe even your favorite food. Maybe you can snack on it. Just make sure if it's an apple and you take a bite, then that's going to change your drawing a little bit. You can draw the bite taken into it. All right, so I'm not going to have you watch the whole thing, but I would continue this shading all the way down because as you can tell, This whole side here is darker. And then it's a little bit different here because remember there's a little bit of light hitting this side. So it's probably the darkest right here in the middle. And then it's lighter here, although there is still some value on that side too. So you can see how but the more I add this shading, the more real and three-dimensional this is. And I can even add, before I go, I want to show you a shadow at the bottom. Because if you look here, there is a shadow here on the table. So that's going to be coming out something like this. So I'm going to draw kind of the outline of that shadow that I see. It looks kind of curved, and then I can shade it in. And if my sketchbook wasn't in the way, it'd kind of come out this way. There we go. So this is the start of my project. Obviously, I'm not finished with this quite yet and have some more shading to do, but you get the idea. First thing is to draw it out, the main areas, and then you can come back in and add different areas of value with shading, decide which parts are darker, which parts are lighter, and then start doing shading and adding some of that detail into your still life picture. All right, can't wait to see what you made. Make sure that if you make a drawing or whatever you make for your art assignment, that you take a picture of it and send it to me on my email, which is smia, SCMIA, @CUSD15.org. Can't wait to see what you made, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.